The Enlightenment, a period that transformed the very fabric of society, an era of reason, revolution, and radical thought. It was a time when old ideas were questioned and new ones took root. At the forefront stood a man named Voltaire, a writer, philosopher, and provocateur extraordinaire. His influence was felt far and wide. Voltaire wasn't just a witness to his times, he was a sculptor of them. His sharp wit and incisive commentary left an indelible mark. His words were weapons, challenging the status quo and sparking debate across Europe. He used the power of the pen to ignite change. Through satire, wit, and an unyielding belief in human reason, Voltaire helped shape the world we know today. His works, like Candide, remain influential. Voltaire dared to question everything. No topic was too sacred, no authority too powerful to escape his scrutiny. He challenged authority, mocked religious dogma, and championed individual liberty. His fearless approach inspired many. He believed in the power of critical thinking and the importance of fighting for justice. His ideas laid the groundwork for modern democratic thought. His legacy is one of intellectual courage and an unwavering commitment to human progress. Voltaire's spirit continues to inspire those who seek truth and justice. François-Marie Arouet, later known as Voltaire, was born in Paris in 1694. Even as a young boy, Voltaire displayed a sharp wit and a rebellious spirit. He excelled in his studies, mastering languages and devouring literature. His father, a lawyer, envisioned a career in law for his son. But Voltaire's heart was set on a different path. He gravitated towards the arts, drawn to the power of words and the allure of the stage. His early writings, full of satire and social commentary, quickly caught the attention of both admirers and critics. Voltaire's pen, it seemed, was destined to be his sword. Voltaire's sharp tongue and even sharper pen often landed him in hot water. His criticisms of the French aristocracy and his satirical jabs at the powerful led to exile. He found himself in England, a country experiencing its own intellectual revolution. This period of exile proved to be a turning point in Voltaire's life. England's embrace of individual liberty, religious tolerance, and scientific inquiry deeply impressed Voltaire. He immersed himself in the works of John Locke, Isaac Newton, and other Enlightenment thinkers. These experiences would profoundly shape his worldview and fuel his own revolutionary ideas. England, it seemed, had ignited a fire in Voltaire's mind. Upon returning to France, Voltaire published Letters on the English, a series of essays praising English society and subtly criticizing French absolutism. The book, a bold comparison of English and French customs, ignited controversy. The French authorities, threatened by Voltaire's implicit criticisms, condemned the book and ordered it burned. But the damage was done. The book circulated widely, its message resonating with those yearning for change. Voltaire's letters became a rallying cry for reform, a testament to the power of ideas to challenge the established order. The flames of censorship, it seemed, could not extinguish the light of reason. Section 5, Candide, a biting satire on optimism. One of Voltaire's most enduring works is the satirical novella Candide. This masterpiece, a biting critique of blind optimism and philosophical dogma, follows the misadventures of the young Candide. Through a series of absurd and often tragic events, Voltaire challenges the notion that everything is for the best in this best of all possible worlds. Candide's journey is a hilarious and thought-provoking exploration of human nature and the problem of evil. Voltaire's masterful use of satire exposed hypocrisy and challenged readers to question their assumptions. Candide remains a timeless classic, a testament to the power of wit and skepticism in the face of adversity. Section 6, the champion of reason and justice. Throughout his life, Voltaire used his pen to fight for justice and expose injustice. His writings were a powerful tool, challenging the status quo and questioning the established norms of his time. He was a fierce critic of religious intolerance, advocating for freedom of conscience and the separation of church and state. Voltaire believed that everyone should have the right to their own beliefs without fear of persecution or oppression. One of his most famous causes was the case of Jean Calas, a Protestant accused of murdering his own son to prevent his conversion to Catholicism. This case highlighted the deep-seated religious prejudices of the time. Voltaire, convinced of Calas's innocence, launched a public campaign that eventually led to the overturning of the verdict. He tirelessly wrote letters, pamphlets, and essays, rallying public opinion and drawing attention to the miscarriage of justice. This case became a symbol of religious fanaticism and the need for judicial reform. It underscored the importance of a fair and impartial legal system free from the influence of religious dogma. Voltaire's tireless advocacy showcased his deep commitment to reason, justice, and the rights of the individual. His efforts not only helped to exonerate Jean Calas, but also sparked broader discussions on human rights and the principles of justice that continue to resonate today. Section 7, A Fertile Mind Plays, Poems and Philosophies. This section delves into the multifaceted genius of Voltaire, a man whose intellectual pursuits knew no bounds. Voltaire wasn't just a novelist and essayist, his mind was a fountain of creativity. He was a playwright, a poet, and a philosopher, each role contributing to his legacy. He wrote plays that captivated audiences, poems that stirred emotions, and essays that provoked thought. His theatrical works were not just entertainment, they were a medium for social commentary. His historical works challenged conventional narratives, offering new perspectives on well-known events. Voltaire's writings often questioned the status quo, urging readers to think critically. His philosophical tales, like Zadig and Micromegas, explored complex themes of fate, free will, and the meaning of life. These stories were not just philosophical musings. They were engaging narratives that made profound ideas accessible. Voltaire's writings were characterized by their wit, clarity, and accessibility. His sharp wit and keen intellect shone through in every sentence, making his works both enjoyable and enlightening. He had a knack for explaining complex ideas in a way that resonated with a wide audience. His ability to distill intricate concepts into understandable language made his works popular among both scholars and laypeople. His works were translated into numerous languages, allowing his ideas to reach a global audience. This widespread translation helped disseminate his revolutionary thoughts far and wide. Spreading his ideas far beyond the borders of France, Voltaire's influence was felt across continents. His works traveled with explorers and traders, reaching distant lands and diverse cultures. Voltaire, it seemed, had a gift for making people think, question, and debate. His writings sparked discussions in salons and coffee houses, becoming a catalyst for intellectual exchange. He encouraged people to engage with the world around them, to read, to question, and to seek knowledge. Voltaire's legacy is one of intellectual curiosity and relentless pursuit of truth. Section 8. Voltaire's advocacy, tolerance in action. Voltaire's commitment to tolerance wasn't just theoretical, he lived it. He corresponded with people from all walks of life, engaging in debates with those who held opposing viewpoints. He welcomed thinkers and artists to his estate at Ferney, creating a haven for intellectual discourse and free expression. Voltaire believed that progress could only be achieved through open dialogue and the free exchange of ideas. He challenged censorship, defended freedom of the press, and fought against the persecution of those who dared to think differently. His home at Ferney became a symbol of Enlightenment ideals, a place where reason and tolerance reigned supreme. Section 9. The sharp tongue of a prolific writer. Voltaire was a master of satire and irony, using his wit to expose hypocrisy and challenge the status quo. His pen was his weapon, and his words could be as sharp as any sword. He targeted religious dogma, political corruption, and the often absurd nature of human behavior. His satirical jabs often landed him in trouble, but they also made him a literary superstar. People flocked to read his latest work, eager to be entertained and challenged by his biting wit. Voltaire's humor, however, was never just for laughs. It was a tool for social commentary and a weapon against injustice. Section 10. The legacy of a gadfly, Voltaire's enduring impact. Voltaire died in 1778 on the eve of the French Revolution. He didn't live to see the revolution he helped inspire, but his ideas echoed through the streets of Paris and beyond. His writings had planted the seeds of change, challenging the authority of the monarchy and the church. Voltaire's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a champion of reason, a defender of justice, and a fierce critic of intolerance. His writings continue to inspire and provoke, reminding us of the importance of critical thinking, freedom of expression, and the pursuit of a more just and enlightened world. Section 11. Conclusion. The unflinching spirit of enlightenment. Voltaire's life and work embody the spirit of the Enlightenment. He dared to question everything, using his wit and intellect to challenge the status quo. His writings sparked debate, inspired revolutions, and continue to shape our understanding of the world today. More than just a historical figure, Voltaire represents a timeless set of values: the power of reason, the importance of tolerance, and the courage to speak truth to power. In a world often shrouded in darkness, Voltaire's legacy shines a light on the enduring power of human reason and the enduring hope for a more enlightened future.